Sup lads, CentralCornGaming here and welcome to GameBreakdown. This is a new series where I focus on the latest games and biggest game developers, and I basically break down the numbers from the company's revenue, sales and stock price to the latest games and reviews from the community. So lads, today we're going to be speaking about EA, a game developing company and publishing company which has bought us many beloved titles such as FIFA and Battlefield, probably one of the most best graphics, realistic games which I've played, yet lately they haven't been very enjoyable. This is because EA have built a reputation for themselves recently for reasons such as snapping at fans for not liking the game to absolutely horrific amount of microtransactions plaguing the game's virtual stores. So we're going to be deciding whether EA is evil and starting to fail as a game developing company. So firstly, let's discuss EA stock price. Basically, EA stock price towers over its competitors such as Ubisoft, who have a share price of $49.62, whereas EA have a stock price of nearly double that at $95.58 per share at the time of writing the script. Despite Blizzard, Ubisoft otherwise known as, owning one of the most sold and played video game series, Call of Duty. So as we're on the topic of sales, in 2016 EA sold around 15 million copies of Battlefield 1. Battlefield 1 turned out to be a huge success and could be considered one of the, if not the most successful game that year. However, surely a little bit after that, Battlefield kind of had to ruin its own reputation, and when Battlefield 5 was released in late 2017, it only sold a very small 7 million copies, under half the amount of the copies sold from Battlefield 1. This reflects the overall reviews from the community on each game, with Battlefield 1's release trailer getting 2.2 million likes and only 45,000 dislikes. But on the other hand, Battlefield 5 got a very small 343,000 likes and over 510,000 dislikes on the game's announcement trailer. However, to my shock, the year Battlefield 1 was released, EA made a not so small $4.396 billion that year. Yet somehow in 2017, the year Battlefield 5 was released, EA managed to make a staggering $5.15 billion in revenue. This is absolutely shocking, considering Battlefield 5 sold half as many copies as Battlefield 1 and was hated by most of the gaming community. Yes, I know what most of you lads have been saying, they may have been able to get a lot of this revenue from other titles such as FIFA, which is absolutely riddled with pay-to-win schemes. I mean, in it you can buy like cards, you got COD points and all that which you can buy with actual money. FIFA's purely pay to win. And to be honest, this is where I believe how EA makes most of their revenue, basically through microtransactions. Basically, if you've been living under a rock for the last decade, microtransactions are items, boosts or consumables you can buy from a virtual in-game store. Basically, when you claim these give you boosts, which can be from experience, like give you experience or damage boosts, or sometimes they're just cosmetic and you just buy crappy costumes with them, or camos for guns. And to be honest, microtransactions aren't really that ethical, as they can potentially ruin a player's experience on the game. Basically, if it's jam-packed with microtransactions, they might have done this they've done this with the form of FIFA points in FIFA and the form of crates in Battlefield. It just makes it obvious to the player that the company isn't focusing on the player's experience, but in fact the player's wallet. So that kind of leaves us all wondering, so if the gaming community hates EA for their virtual begging for microtransaction and the historical inaccuracy by putting females in World War II, which in turn resulted in EA's sales to decrease, and the historical inaccuracy, to be honest, it's not that bad, yet to a lot of people it really matters, and I can understand that. Because personally, in my opinion, I play a lot of Battlefield's games, or did play a lot of Battlefield's, purely due to its realism. But then this brings us back to stock price. If it has very low sales compared to what it used to be, and it has less sales than its competitors, how is its stock price so high compared to their competitors? Well lads, there's two reasons for this. One, the stocks are just money first. Basically the shareholders are just money thirsty old men investing in a business they heard make a lot of profit. Or number two, we're looking at this all wrong. This is what I believe is going on personally. Basically, the stocks don't reflect the performance of the game. Well, the stocks do reflect the performance of the game. Basically, this is where I'm getting at. Basically, EA is trying to keep their shareholders happy over their consumers. Basically, what I mean by this is EA are making choices to impress their shareholders, such as increasing the revenue through unethical methods and making as much money as possible. Basically, this is all shareholders care about anyway, profit. So EA is slowly focusing less on producing a great quality game and focusing solely on the numbers that the game produces, leading to the game is getting worse and worse every year, which is a worryingly common trend in the gaming industry currently. So the answer to is EA evil, from my viewpoint, yes, purely due to the disregards of the fans and people who make their business possible, as they are too busy tossing off old men. Okay lads, that's my very basic analysis. Okay, stop that word. This is my very basic overview of EA, and this is basically the end of the video. Remember to leave a like and subscribe and let me know in the comments what game developer or game you want me to cover next. Well, this is it. I will see you in the next video, and yeah, I'll see you then, and like and subscribe.